Unsurprisingly, the Bears' quarterback numbers this season have just been dreadful. They're last in the league in passing yards. That really hurts when you have a game in which you have 1 yard. Their completion percentage, they're second to last in total QBR. They have 1 passing touchdown on the season. By the way, Justin Fields threw that. So let's bring the group in here and talk about it again. Rob Ninkovich is the pride of Joliet, Illinois. But Rex, I'll start with you. You're the coach. So if everyone is available, who should start at quarterback for the Bears on Sunday?
Yeah, it's funny because they said it could be any 3 guys. Well, you know what, Nagy? Why don't you throw in Sid Luckman, too, the old leather helmet days, because that's what your offense looks like. I mean, unless you change your offense, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It was an atrocious plan last week. Look, I can tell you this, he's going to want Andy Dalton starting. Why? He's going against a Detroit team that we know is rebuilding. The one thing is that team will fight you. They will actually, I mean, they're going to play hard. So it's not like the Bear offense, which doesn't. So to me, this is going to be, you know, he's going to want Dalton. And I say, I told you, look how great Dalton played. Yeah, against the Lions. Hey, you know, I'm going to say this. So I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that this offense is 100 times better than it was last week. I mean it. They're going to get 100 yards passing instead of 1.
How can it get worse?
Let's go with it right there. But, I mean, this guy's out of his mind. Play Justin Fields, but actually have a plan for Justin Fields. Let's see what it looks like.
What do you think, RC? I'll save Ninko and the super fans for last. What do you think? How do you think this goes?
You know what? I think if your plan is going to be exactly like it is last week, you should start Andy Dalton. But if you can watch maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars last night, and offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell, the way that he moved Trevor Lawrence around in the pocket, there is no reason on God's green earth that Trevor Lawrence should have more called rushing attempts or more zone option attempts than Justin Fields should have in the football game. There's no reason that he should have more boots, that he should have more quick passes, that he should have more quick game than Justin Fields should have in the game. We saw none of that last week against the Cleveland Browns. And so if I'm Matt Nagy, the pride in me, right, the ego in me that moved up from 20 to draft Justin Fields at 11, listening to everybody talk about how I don't have a game plan, I march him back out there against Detroit. And all week, all I've done is make a game plan that's suitable to his skill set, which I had 149 days to make before he played the Cleveland Browns. And if I do that, I can go out and win with Justin Fields. I can go out and show the world that with Justin Fields, we can get better at an offense, and I might keep my job. But if I march Andy Dalton out there and I go back out there with that saltine, rich, cracker offense, I'm not going to win games because that's bland and that's dry, and that's the same reason Mitchell Trubisky is now a backup in Buffalo.
Yeah, I hear you. Again, that Lions defense, they're missing both of their corners. This always felt like maybe it would be the landing spot. Like if you were looking for a place to start Fields, this might be his first one. Ninko, again, what do you think? What are you hearing from the friends back in Joliet, Illinois? What do you think happens this week?
Matthew Nagy should be the starting quarterback so he can experience what it's like to be sacked 9 times and have 1 yard of total offense. So come out and say, oh, no, we'll put in the third guy or whatever. But if they do go with the third guy, guess what? They're going to be 0 for 3 anyway. So Matthew Nagy, go put your helmet on. The Chicago Bears super fans, they want to see Matthew Nagy out there as a starting quarterback to see if he can win a football game. That ain't going to happen, okay? That's my Chicago super fans coming out at me. But anyway, when you look at the Bears, they need to make sure they put up a game plan. If they go with Fields, put in a game plan that maximizes his potential and the things that he does well. If you go in with the same old game plan, it doesn't matter if it's the Statue of Liberty, if it's Matthew Nagy, or if it's Andy Dalton. You're going to be standing back there in the pocket. You're going to be getting hit 8, 9, 10, 15 times. So the Bears need to figure it out quickly. If not, Nagy not gonna work there very long.
Super quickly, Rex, I mean, wouldn't you have assumed that they would have been working on that for the 150 or whatever it is nowadays that RC is talking about? They traded up, they drafted him. They were always going to plan to play him at some point this year. They must have a plan for that, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like they did.
Right.
I mean, we all know, look, it's tough to win with rookie quarterbacks. Okay, we talked about Belichick against rookie quarterbacks. I won with 2 rookie quarterbacks, by the way, against Bill Belichick. So on that thing, I mean, we actually had a plan. We were going to run the football and do what he can do. If we need to move the pocket, we're going to move the pocket. It's as simple as that, but we saw none of that. It was absolutely atrocious last week. It has to be better. This kid is a talent. You made the right move in drafting the kid. Now make the right move in coaching the kid.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.